On.
Oh, I think I got a notification. Let's see.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Superstar something something. All right, cool. I will retweet.
Okay. Yeah. So we're live on X. We're live on YouTube. It takes a little while to connect for LinkedIn for some reason, but we are live. It's still connecting on LinkedIn. I wonder if I should close out. I'll close that out though. Okay, I'll keep that up. And we're live on now. We're live everywhere. All right, everyone. Hello.
What's up? What's up?
Well, welcome to Tasty Talks Live. So, as y'all can see, I have a guest with me today.
Hello.
um, so, Dan, I don't know if you do. Like, I do Tasty Talks, and then like sometimes I'll do it live because I
Like
won't
this
have to.
time, you're doing it live now. This is live.
This is live, yes,
Mhm.
but I'll do it live at times because then I don't really have to deal with a lot of editing
Yeah,
after.
that's great. That's fantastic. And it's
Yeah,
content is content. You know.
yeah. So it's just like, I mean, I'll do a little bit. Like I'm in Riverside, so I'll use like I'll like it'll record and download and give me like AI clips and like all those things,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I can edit the sound to like upload to a podcast episode later, like just the audio.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's cool. But other than that, it's like pretty easy peasy. So thank you everyone for joining. Welcome to the Tasty Talk Studio. I am your hostess
Am I
with the
supposed to
most.
be eating something or no? This is not. It's not that kind of show.
Huh? Eating?
Is it? Yeah. Should I be eating something? It's tasty talks. I don't.
Oh no, no.
Oh.
I mean, you can if you want. If
Oh,
you
okay.
hey, I know it's like nighttime for you over there, so
Yeah.
if you got to
Shouldn't
finish
eat
your
after.
dinner up.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Don't
you got to
eat
finish,
after like that. Yeah.
yeah, is if you got to finish some shit. I understand. Thank you so much for joining me. But no, Tasty Talks, I don't know, just came to me in the shower one day. And like I'm a sensual person, like about the senses and stuff. So
Okay.
like it just kind of rolls off the tongue for me. And it's just like, okay, Tasty, like now it's revamped. Now it's Tasty Talks, Tech, Wrestling, and Life. And then I actually yesterday brought something along called Tasty Tidbits that I created before.
Yeah. Okay.
So those are like kind of like bite size, like half the time of this, like half episodes, usually just me. But yeah, so as y'all can see, I have Dan here, DappaDan. I am with one of my favorite, because I had another favorite on.
Yeah, you say this every episode. Like, yeah, my favorite person.
No, I have like a top
Right.
five. And you're
All right.
definitely, you and the other person are definitely the top five. So that's why I can say, you know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Um, I am here with one of my Web3 content creators. He is the host of Hackathon Heroes, which I've been a part of.
Yes, you have.
Uh, and also he's part of the developer DAO community,
True.
and is one of the funniest, most creative content creators in the Web3 space with
Wow.
impeccable style.
Wow. Okay, I won't take all those titles, but yeah, I mean, if you're saying it, I'll take it.
Well, in my humble opinion,
Yeah, sure.
he is known as you can see, he is known as DappaDan, who spreads developer joy all over social media. And now he is on Tasty Talks Live with me for the
Happy to
show
be
today.
here. Happy to
Thank
be
you
here.
so much. Yes, thank you so much for making the time. Uh, I know we're in totally different. Like it's what, like after 8 o'clock for you, and like
It
here it's
is.
11,
Yes.
and it's like 11:40 for me.
The world is crazy. It's very big. It's a
It's
big globe.
It is totally crazy. So, um, for those of you watching, thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it so I can be mindful of Dan's time as it is evening time. And I know in the evening, I like to kind of wind down from the day and all that good stuff.
Nice.
So jumping right into it. I don't know if I told you this. I think I might have told you when I was on Hackathon Heroes.
Okay.
That it's interesting, and I was drawn to you. Well, I was drawn to you for a couple of reasons. One, your profile photo.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere with RuPaul with the typing. I'm like, yes. Was drawn to that. But also you call yourself Dappa. So I get the play on words. And we're going to dive into, because not everyone in my audience watching is all that like hip to like Web3, blockchain, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive in a little bit and kind of just give like an easy overview, just kind of like to give more context so you can kind of follow along. But Dan, I liked the play on words with your name, DappaDan. And
yeah, sure.
I really I gravitate towards that because for a minute, when I was kind of stepping into Web3, I called myself sassy, like SaaS, like software as a service.
Ah, okay. Got
sassy and dapper.
Sassy and dapper. So you were both of those?
Yes, because with the play on words, because I was at the time this is when I was still like in business development and sales world. And I was leaning into doing that for like SaaS software for SaaS companies, for SaaS startups. So I was like, okay, so that was, kind of like doing that whole branding thing. But then, and dapper, because, I'm embracing duality. I came out as bi, like when I was in Phoenix. And I was kind of like, I said both to kind of like embrace the duality of things. So that's why.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So that's why I was like sassy and dapper for a bit. So how did you?
Sapper?
No, no, that would have been kind of like sappy, like
sappy. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Yeah, that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, I'd be like like nah. No, so that's why. So how did you come up with DappaDan?
That's a good question. There's a couple of things. So I think to your point, like there's these things in the world of like Web3 called dApps, decentralized applications, right? So that was, and they're basically any type of web application that uses blockchain or crypto in some type of way, essentially. So that was like the big thing then. That I don't know if people really call them dApps anymore. I don't really like the name either. But at the time, I was like, I want to be one of the best developers in the space. So that, and then there's DappaDan. Was like a kind of from the hip hop culture. He was like one of the known like sort of bootleggers of like luxury brands. So he would take like early 80s, like you see like LL Cool J and all these like New York rappers, they always have these like Louis Vuitton, Gucci this, Gucci that, and it was actually DappaDan who would take like the fabrics or the designs and
right.
Yeah. So it just kind of worked out that way. I mean, I'm kind of big into hip hop and stuff like that. So, and then Daps, and yeah, it was just really working out. So yeah, I liked it. It just stuck, and it's been sticking ever since. So
yeah, and you're like me, like you pick something like DappaDan, and it's everywhere. DappaDan Dev, it's across social. Just like Mimi J, it's everywhere. I'm like, it's easy. If you see Mimi J, you know it's me.
Sadly, DappaDan on Twitter though is taken by someone who's inactive. So really annoying that I couldn't have the actual handle itself. But DappaDan Dev is also suitable, so I'm fine with it.
Well, yeah, no, DappaDan Dev, I like that because it drills down. It's like a niching. You're niching down.
Yeah, there you go. You always know. You know what he's about.
Exactly. So while we kind of already started diving in a little bit about talking about like decentralized applications and blockchain technology. So just kind of want to explain, because we're going to be using the terms, well, I know I'll be using the terms like Web3, blockchain kind of interchangeably.
Yeah.
So just to kind of like explain, to just kind of give everyone like a brief overview. So like, and also to correct me if I'm wrong, Dan. Okay. So we have, right now we're currently in Web 2, which is more like, which is read and write. So back in the day, there was Web 1. So back with like Yahoo Messenger, AIM, all those things, like back in my day, with the huge Mac computers with the big backs.
Oh wow! I mean, that's a classic though. So
yeah, that was how. That's how I got
please.
into. Yeah, that's how I got into Mac. We had those at our school, and I always liked the interface of like Apple, like Mac. I just liked it. Anyways, I was a nerd. I'm still there. Anyways, so Web 1 back then, that was just, you were just reading. So you just look at the internet and you just read and you just consume and you look for and you find information, right? Now, like I said, again, we're in Web 2 where you're reading and writing. So now you're reading, you're consuming, but you're also able to write and contribute.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Web 3, which is, you kind of have to opt into it, and be like, as we call onboarded, is Web3 is read, write, and own.
Yep.
That's the key. Literally the key. Pun intended.
The private key.
Yeah, key. So the ownership part is what I and like other folks in Web3 really like feel is you're able to write and contribute to the web, but then you also own your data. You own what you put out in Web3.
Yeah.
Just like I have like a mirror, right? Like mirror.xyz. And my Web3 wallet is attached to that. So whenever I write things on there, like write articles, I can download it. It could be an NFT. People can purchase it. But it's just like more like, kind of like more set in stone. Like it's definitely mine. So like someone can't come along, Mirror can't come along and say, okay, no, this is our property now. Like whereas Facebook or even X or
Substack as well. Substack is like the best direct comparison. They constantly take people down and censor people or whatever. Like they make new rules and stuff like that. You just have to live by it, you know.
Well, crap, because I'm starting to lean into it.
Oh no.
I know, but it's because I mean I'm trying to like eventually, my goal eventually, as again kind of tapping on that ownership again, eventually I'm going to have my own website where I can, well, again, because I had one before, but again, I will have a website again that is just for me. Like it's just like where I control it, because that's the whole point.
Blog or what is this? What do you mean?
Huh?
Is it gonna be like a blog?
No, I just want just an all-encompassing EvelynMimiJ dot whatever.
Okay.
It's like just like kind of everything, like a central, like a hub.
Yeah.
So, but the own portion is very important, especially nowadays when it comes to like things like, say, intellectual property. And we're actually even really seeing that importance when it comes to AI. That's coming up a lot. So so that ownership is a huge part of Web3, which is why, again, I'm so passionate and such a like blockchain technology enthusiast. But yeah, just to kind of give you all context, that's what Web3 is. And then on Web3, there is, that's Web3 means you're in the blockchain space, and there are different blockchains. And then those blockchains are powered by native currency. So that's where crypto comes in. So just kind of giving everyone that context.
It's all making sense now, finally.
Right. Good. I'm glad, because now people say, they kind of click. So Dan, how did you get into Web3 and discover Developer DAO?
Yeah, so I've always been like a person that loves new technologies, or if you give me an option to learn, like become an expert in old technology or learn something new, I'll probably learn something new. And at the time, it was around 2019. I was kind of working at a fintech company in the world of payments, and I'm not like some sort of like super genius or anything, but I worked with a lot of people who were very like financially focused, so like banks and stuff like that. So there was always a few people that were like, yeah, crypto's a thing, blah 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 blah. But I never really got into that from like an investment standpoint, but more from a developer, like can you build on it. And it was only like once I heard about Developer DAO just through a podcast, through the one of the founders, Nader Dabit. It was like a general JavaScript podcast. So it wasn't like crypto pill that was looking at it. He was just explaining about like this new kind of like what we call primitives, or just ways you can actually build things that's like completely like new to web development, but also just any type of software. So I said, okay, well, if I want to get into this thing, and I'm a developer, there's this thing called Developer DAO. I have to be there. Like, where else am I going to be? So yeah, he was like, the podcast go on, and it was like, yeah, you should, the way to join is you mint this NFT. I had no idea about minting NFTs or anything like that, but I was like, okay, I will find a way to get in this thing because it seems new opportunity to like build something great. So I speed ran my onboarding process of just trying to figure out how to like mint this NFT, and got like a MetaMask wallet, so like one of the wallets there. And yeah, it's been like as I say, like the rest is history in terms of like being able to contribute to the DAO. We had a whole like Web3 online conference that was really great for at least my personal journey in this space, because I got to meet both our sponsors, so all the big protocols at that time, and all the people who were like really wanting to contribute in some way from like a education and content, because everyone applied to be speakers, so they obviously wanted to do something here, be a positive contribution. And yeah, that's been like my journey so far. And then now I was doing a lot of technical writing for protocols, and now I do a lot of even video content now. So
yeah, awesome. So my next question, you missed the Bitcoin train then, huh?
Missed the Bitcoin train. Yeah, I mean, no. Like the thing was, I'm on the train, but I got there really late. I don't really care. Like I view it as like, I'm kind of Ethereum aligned, like in terms of like the chain or the environment, like culture, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's a thing over there. But then I noticed like all my friends, like if you're in this industry for a certain time, they all own Bitcoin. So I kind of just started buying it just because it's kind of like a hedge on the future. Like as an industry, if the industry grows, like Bitcoin is also going to be probably something.
Yeah, and it really has been growing too. Like even like ordinals and things of that nature. Like it has been growing. So yeah. So I guess you're never too late in Web3. That's the one thing I think you're never too late.
If our original ambitions are if we reach those type of missions, the future, the long-term future is like, a 20-year time horizon, right? We're not talking about 5 months. So in 20 years, who knows what the value of those sorts of things will be.
For sure. Yeah. I know one show of reference that I've been telling people about lately when it comes to like Web3, like just like whole like crypto and everything, is Mr. Robot. Have you seen that show?
I think I watched like the first 2 seasons, and I think there's like a third, and I kind of gave up on it after that. But it was a good show from
it was the a good
time
show.
I watched it.
It did get kind of in the middle of the season. It did get kind of like weird.
Yeah.
Kind of
it's one of those shows where like they're popular shows, like they get really popular, and then they're like, they didn't probably plan on it to being that popular, and then they're like, what do we do now?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good way to describe it. But yeah, no, because there are like references to, all throughout, like with the coins and everything and like crypto. So I've been kind of like telling people like lately to kind of like watch that show and just kind of watch for like the little cues. And I know that like a lot of people have been, of course, still there's a lot of just kind of confusion about blockchain, crypto, Web3. And the one thing that I, as I'm learning, I want to demystify some things. So, everybody is kind of like, especially like me being like a cybersecurity major, I'm really like, I want to get in and, you know, protect Web 2, but also like really try to get in and protect Web 3, maybe use blockchain as kind of like a way to protect Web 2. But then I also want to like preserve blockchain technology but I think it's already kind of, and I'm not going to get on a tangent here, but I think it's already kind of, the wrong people are looking at it.
That was really, yeah. This is a politically correct show, I guess.
Yeah, that's a totally different conversation. But so I want to ask you if you have any crazy rugging experiences. So for those of you out there who don't know, a rug is basically like rug pull. Rugging is a scamming.
Yeah.
So like, have you had any of those crazy experiences? And if you have, like, what can you speak to kind of prevent that?
Yeah. So actually, I haven't been like, I've been attempted to be rug pulled, of course.
Right.
But actually, maybe it's not like, I don't know, not like I'm some sort of genius or something. I'm like super like on this stuff, but like maybe I just don't like seek, like normally these rug pulls are because you think you're gonna get some sort of ultimate, leverage, or you're gonna get some big win, and I generally don't like seek that even in life. Like I said, like even with this whole investment stuff, it's like, yeah, thinking 20 years down the line. So like, oh yeah, you you can win this money or whatever. It's not going to be something that gets me. I have had a few like scam attempts that were really convincing, but never really got me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's it too. Like, when it comes to like blockchain with anything, honestly, like financial, like if you're looking for a quick fix, if you're looking for a way out, so to speak, and you don't DYOR, you don't do your own research, you're just kind of like going, you're bound to get rugged. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that are doing these scams are looking for desperate people who,
and they're really good. They're really good. Like I'll give you an example. There's Anderson and Horowitz, the VC. They have a crypto podcast, A16Z. So I got this email. It was over like Christmas last year. So also great time to get people like, oh yeah, I'm just happy days or whatever. I got this email asking me to be a part of an episode. And and they're like, we see what you're doing with like developer stuff and blah blah blah. So it was like well researched thing, but I am in no way famous enough to be on that podcast. So instantly red flags. But I said, you know what, maybe they're like, this is a very niche episode, and I could be the contributor to that. And then I researched the guy. I said, like, can you email me, because he messaged me on I think Twitter, and then went to Telegram, and then he emails me, and it's like not at an official email. So I'm like, okay, like I looked up the guy, and he's on the website and everything. I'm like, but why are you not email me from the A66 email? And it just like went dead silent. I think like a few days later, I checked the Twitter account. That's been gone now. So yeah, I wonder, it's probably going to be one of those things where you click the link, and then you need to connect or whatever. They like these North Koreans, it's mainly North Koreans, it seems like they are studying this to the T. So it's a scary world out there, but if you just kind of have not common sense, I don't want to say like, oh yeah, people who've had that, they're just not using common sense, but you definitely need to, anything related to this industry, unfortunately, you have to like be ultra skeptical on.
For sure. Like trustless. Like, like seriously. So it's like the typical, it's kind of like the same in like Web 2, where you get like the phishing email, like click this link or you know what I'm saying? Like where it tries to, like, and then you connect your wallet and then it drains your wallet, takes your crypto and like whatever, right? So yeah, it's the same concept, just in a different way. And the difference, though, I want to say that I think I want to say the bigger difference. We can speak on this briefly. Is the fact that Web3, you really have to be coaxed into it, whereas in Web2, if you're not coaxed, there's still there are still ways around it. Like people can, like now I'm listening where people can like set up uh, websites and like have ads. Like they'll buy ad space and then they'll pretend like it's like a oh, like your computer needs to be cleaned or something like that, like a
Yeah,
pop-up,
that's a
and then
classic.
people click that. In Web3, I don't, that's not, because the blockchain, like the technology behind it is different. So it's like it's actually written, it's actually coded to not be hackable. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, there's like I give you an example, especially from a developer standpoint. There was just you know, as an extension, so it's like a tool a developer would use on their, like, you know, where they code at and their
Right.
IDE. There was one that was like essentially hacked to, or made it look like it was legitimate extension you can install to do,
Yeah.
you know, Web3 smart contract development. And
Yeah.
most of the time, as developers, as you probably know from security, right, we aren't really the most security minded people. And
Right.
so we store things like our private keys, which are enable you to create actions on your wallet, in files on our computer, which are hidden in some cases and hidden in non other cases. And
Right.
this extension, installing it, was able to pull in that information. So this guy's, you know, installed the extension. He thought he was doing all right as a developer. It's a popular extension, whatever, and then ended up getting his wallet drained for like something crazy amount. I forgot what it was,
Oh
but
wow.
that could literally happen to anyone. And it wasn't like you know, oh yeah, you just click this, you know, link. It was just like, yeah, you know, he thought he was really doing right. It wasn't really obvious at that time. So
Right. But that was like a Web 2 like extension, right? Like that was a
yeah,
Web
no, it
2.
was a Web3 extension. It was a Solidity linter, basically. So way you can make your Solidity code, so the code of smart contracts look good in your
Oh wow.
IDE. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just very important to just DYOR, do your own research, ask around if you're not sure. And then also just be able to kind of look for signs and just, and also too, just like go with your gut. Um, but I mean, like I said, like we're all new. And as long as we keep learning and developing and then like helping each other out, we're all going to make it. Like
Most of
for
us,
sure.
yeah.
Most of us, most of us then. So as a, I noticed that you, okay, so as a Web3 content creator, I noticed that, and I even tried it too, was Unlonely. Do you have any other like decentralized live stream platforms that you use? The reason I'm also like asking about this and curious, I've used a few myself,
Yeah,
but especially now with like kind of like centralized social media, kind of like freedom of speech and everything's being questioned, and people are, you know,
yeah.
they can just take your, again, like what we talked about, centralized can just shut you down, you know, whereas decentralized, it's decentralized. So I haven't I mean, unless you do like a rug pull on someone, like someone did on, I believe it was the arena, he was like banned. I don't know if you heard about that recently, but yeah. But like, what are some of your other favorite decentralized platforms outside of Unlonely?
For streaming, so Lily was really good. They know no longer operating now, but in the base app, I think there's a few growing, and I constantly feel like I get a DM every so often from the new one coming about, because streaming, as you know, is like a big opportunity. And to your point, right, people can get shut down pretty quickly, like these, you know, Twitch and stuff like that, constantly kick people off or whatever. So it's like another point for having a decentralized system, because then you don't really have those worries as much.
Right.
So I forget the names but if you look at the new base app, I think there's like two or three. It seems like now. And then yeah, I don't know. I can't even go through my DMs. I can find another one, but I haven't really used that much. I haven't been doing too much streaming lately. But it's definitely something I want to get back into. And yeah, I think it's just like trying to find the right platform that makes a
Right.
sense. I
Right.
guess like Pump.Fun, you're right. I mean, I guess that's streaming too. And the people are doing like legitimate things there, I guess, now, not just
Really?
like
Because it pumped off fun. Pumped off fun is shady though, right?
it,
Like,
it is, but I think, as all things on the internet, they start out kind of shady and then nice people join and then it's not. So I I yeah, I think it's popular. So like, again, if you want to get visibility and stuff like that, then
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
do it.
Because I know that there's Simps.com. There's which is on base. Then there's the Arena, which has been around for a while. That's on Avalanche.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually really like the Arena. I like Simps as well. I've kind of on Simps I was like early, so I kind of like built up like connections on there. I just haven't really been on. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a hair salon streaming on Pump.Fun right now. So there you
Hair
go. Like
salon stream.
yeah, there's like a hair salon like streaming. Why not?
Interesting. That's really cool. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can get so creative with these things. And then even like it's so awesome, like with I know with like Riverside and then Restream, you can actually stream from like Riverside or Restream too.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
I'm
seen
about
that now, yeah.
Riverside, but I know Restream for sure. You can stream onto those platforms using the RTMP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to protocols, y'all. Protocols.
for sure. Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
We got some folks in the chat. Shout out to Nessa and
Arms up, kiss, kiss.
yeah, and John Watson. So those are the folks from the Culture Clash Network fam. So I don't know if you know, Dan, but I am now part of a network called Culture Clash Network.
Nice.
And
Congrats.
thank you. And it is a network of podcasts, of shows, of live stream shows, and things of that nature. So Nessa is part of the Humble Roses podcast, which they're actually having a. That's where the whole wrestling thing comes into. We're going to get into that too, pro wrestling.
Right. Got it.
Yeah, because it's mainly pro wrestling and sports content. But I was chosen to also kind of bring in tech and kind of branch out a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. But Nessa is one part of the Humble Roses podcast. They're actually doing a interview today with, I believe, is DJ Martin Ashton. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nessa. And then they have live episodes every Wednesday. And then John is a part of Sports for You Wrestling, where they cover pro wrestling, and then the Sports for You podcast, where it's sports. And John's schedule is all week, every week. So it's a lot. John is everywhere with the Sports for You brand.
Wow.
So yeah. So shout out to Culture Clash. Yeah. So let me see. So we talked about live streaming, decentralized live streaming. How you doing, Dan? You good over there still in the evening time?
Yeah, good.
All right,
good.
cool. I have, let me see. Okay, just a couple more, what's it called? Blockchain questions, and then we're going to talk a little bit about wrestling. So I hope you did your homework.
I tried, yeah, for sure.
Okay, we're going to get to that. So you are the spreader of developer joy, which I love.
Awesome.
And that, I know that was one thing that was brought up on Hackathon Heroes. And I think I even did a post kind of on that. It's like, if you're not having fun, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Stop whatever you're doing and do that. Do the fun
For
thing.
For real. So with that being said, and I know you go to a lot of like conferences, you have really fun videos with all the merch that you get and things of that nature. So I don't know if you have like active like relationships and stuff like that. So you can pass on this question if you do.
Okay.
You can plead the fifth if you need to.
Yeah, that's it.
What has been your favorite crypto conference so far?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I mean, they all have like moments. Um, I think so. The last one I was at in Cannes, ECC, and well, not the last one, but like the one I was at this summer, I think was the best. And that's gonna probably be like unpopular opinion on things, but I thought it was just really good because everything was. It's a pretty small town, so everything was generally close. I got to ride in a helicopter, which was like the first time I ever did that, and I made a mistake. So I booked a place that was like super hot. Couldn't basically couldn't live in this place. But then I had a friend offer their place to stay because they weren't staying there. So like even that feeling of just being a part of something community wise I think that added to it. So I thought that was pretty good. I had to leave early though because there was some like strike on the airport, so that kind of dampened things a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I always say, I mean, that was a good one, but even the last one I went to in like Warsaw was really great conference. I onboarded 4 new developers and we built a hackathon project and things like that. So, and we won some money, which was great.
I
So it's
saw
like,
that.
yeah, I just always try to find something unique out of each conference to like make it feel good. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you go to these conferences, do people like approach you because of your following to come, or do you just go?
Now people ask me to do things while I'm at the conference. So like, host an event, go to like, speak on a panel or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but I would just go either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we have the event coming up at Dev Connect. Like constantly, there's like already feeling like I'm gonna have a full schedule of things to do, which
Hmm.
is fun. I really appreciate it. So I'm not complaining at all. But it's definitely different. Let's say 2 years ago when I was just like random dude.
Right, right. Well, that's the life of a content creator, right? Like you you get into the game and then like at first you're kind of like, okay, you're just going, for content and experience and whatnot. And then once you start just doing the damn thing, then people come up to you and say, hey, would you like to do X, Y, and Z? And then it's like, yeah, sure. And yeah, that's really cool. I'm trying to get to that level.
You're good there. Yeah. If I can do it, I think pretty much anyone can really.
Yeah. Um, so, last question before we get into wrestling. Where do you think crypto and the blockchain are headed in 2025 and beyond?
That's a good question. I'm really bad at these type of predictions, to be honest. But I do see the world with like these like stable coins and stuff being the probably like a good vehicle to onboard more people.
Hmm.
To me, the whole idea is pretty obvious, right? We need like digital ways of paying people and stuff like that. And if you can have something that makes sense to people, which stables do, I think that makes sense. So I think I just see a lot of that. I see the world of AI also very much being uh merging of those things as well. So
For
a lot of
sure.
people are looking at, okay, how do you have agents paying for things, paying other people, and the public going to prefer a digital currency over something else. So you need to have something like that. So yeah, I'm very optimistic about the future. So I guess I could kind of leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're getting into the wrestling talk. So most of y'all watching, well, except for those on LinkedIn. LinkedIn doesn't know.
LinkedIn doesn't know
So
wrestling.
they know. I haven't been really like that active on LinkedIn, but now that I'm like a student studying cyber and things of that nature, like I am getting back into it as far as like connecting with people and branding and whatnot.
Okay.
So yeah, I am a professional wrestling fan.
I thought you were gonna
Uh,
say you're a professional wrestler. I was like, whoa, you got
no, no.
fabulous.
No. But I am a fan, like kind of like an off and on fan, not a diehard, but I do like it. And it interests me, and I get to the storylines and things of that nature.
That's
Like for
good.
me, it's like it's art. It's like theater, but with violence. I think someone described it as that, and I was like, yeah, that's a really good. It's like your favorite soap opera. but they fighting. You know? So the promotion that I mainly watch right now was WWE. And I came in like in the 90s with Attitude Era, like with basically The Rock. The Rock was it for me. I was like, ooh. And then I started watching, and then I liked, I was like, okay. And then I liked Stone Cold. I'm like, all right. Then I liked The Undertaker. And I'm like, this is cool. Okay. So then I was kind of like off and on. Then I came back for the Divas era, like the Bella Twins, and, came back for that a little bit and watched the show Total Divas. I love that show, by the way. I wish they would bring that back. But anyways, that, and then left again. And then recently, I want to say it was like what? Oh, I was in Houston. So it was like 2023.
Okay.
My now ex-girlfriend is heavy into wrestling. Well, she likes all sports. Like same like me. I watch sports. Her things were wrestling and football. And then there's some basketball in there. Where mine, I'm more of a basketball leaning girl. But football, her TV was always on football or wrestling. Like every time I went to her house. So she watches WWE. And one day, I think it was on a Monday, so Monday Night Raw, I was watching and I see this, at the time she was blonde. She had the short blonde hair, and she looks like she's tall, and she's in like black leather like gear. And I'm like, who is that? Then she comes out, gets on the mic, and then I hear accent. She's Australian. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, then I see her in the ring and she is just kicking ass. She's just like really badass, right? Mm-hmm. So I am referring to my favorite, Rhea Ripley. And it is her birthday month. And now we're in her birthday week. Her birthday is on Saturday. Yes. And then there's going to be actually a premium live event called Crown Jewel in her home country of Australia on Saturday on her birthday.
Wow. What are you going to do to celebrate?
Well, I'm actually going to be on a watch along. So because it's in Australia, it's going to be at 5 a.m. here.
Okay.
So wow.
That's dedication.
Yeah. Yes, I have. Well, the last time they were in her home country, they were in Australia, was Elimination Chamber. I stayed up for that too. I didn't even really take a nap. So I was running on kind of like no sleep, and I had to work. At least now, like, I don't have, I don't have like a job that I have to go to. So then I had to get up and go to work and babysit dogs. So I was running on lots of espresso that day, lots of Cafe Bustelo that day. But yeah.
What do they do at this event? Is she going to wrestle, or what is it?
Yes. So she's actually in a match with, it's a women's tag team match. She's going to be on a team it's her and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. So the Kabuki Warriors, Io Sky used to be part of the Kabuki Warriors. Like they were all a family. Like they were like a trio, and actually it was before they were the Kabuki Warriors. I believe it was Damage Control. But then that was like, okay. Anyways, if anyone in the chat wants to because it's a lot to keep up with. But anyways, her, Asuka, so Asuka and Kairi are Kabuki Warriors. Io Sky was like their friend. Like they were family. Like they all basically came up in wrestling together from Japan. And then Io Sky became the women's world champion. And then, but I believe Asuka was out on injury, and then she came back. And she I'll have to drop from my vault because I never dropped it, but I kind of did a take on it. And she came back and she just wanted to be like the HBIC. She wanted to kind of just, and even in the dynamic between her and Kairi, she's bossy, and it's basically like a toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like a toxic, yeah. So just recently, Kairi and Asuka, well, not so much Kyrie, but more so Asuka, turned on Io because Rhea tried to warn Io about them. She just kind of didn't really, she was just like, she kind of saw some, she was like, I don't know if you can trust them. And then granted, Rhea was actually betrayed as well. So she kind of understands, now she understands and can see stuff. So she's like, I don't think she trusts them. And Io was like, well, they're my family, blah, 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 blah. And so just recently, now it's like, okay, now it's set in stone. Io's like, you know what? Nah. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
So she's teaming up with Rhea. And it's Rhea and Io versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. That's going to be their match at Crown Jewel on Saturday.
Okay.
So, yeah. And I actually have another take on that too, which I'll probably address tomorrow on my morning show. Maybe a post about it or whatever. But I kind of have, wheels are in my head are kind of turning. But anyways, so the homework assignment that I gave Dan is because I dubbed this month Rhea-tober. Granted, everything going on. Rhea's birthday, she's my favorite, Crown Jewel, all the things. So it is Rhea-tober. Plus she's a big Halloween girly anyway. So everything just fits. It just makes sense. It is Rhea-tober. And because it is Rhea-tober, I asked Dan here to look up Rhea Ripley's matches. See if you can look up some matches. It's not too hard to find.
Okay.
Look them up.
I'm going to go ahead and say I didn't do all of this, but...
Oh, Lord. But what about the friend who you said that you had a friend who's obsessed with? How come you didn't ask them?
The thing is, so I understand why people are obsessed. That was the point, right? Like, that was the whole idea? Was that I could get appreciation for why people are obsessed with her? Is that it?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to ask you, because of Rhea-tober, if you had seen any matches of hers, which ones stand out?
Yeah, that's a really deep question. I can't say. I definitely seen some highlights or something. I mean, I've seen a YouTube compilation.
Okay. Well, okay. Out of the YouTube compilation,
you're asking for way too much. No, I remember when she hit that other lady with the lady with the elbow and all. Like, come on, I'm not kidding.
Wait, hold on, which lady?
Yeah, I don't know these
the elbow. Which? Huh?
I don't know any of these people and what they are named.
Well, can you describe her?
No.
Maybe. Oh my God. You could have said screenshots and been like, who is this person?
No. Sorry. I understand why you appreciate that. Should be enough, I think. That's a big part, right? It's just to understand why people like things, so that's what you get.
Okay. I mean, if I had to give you a grade for this assignment,
it's passing. Whatever the grade you give me, it's still passing, so.
Not you telling me what grade to give you. I think you're gonna pass me.
I wrote the test myself to pass it. This is how you have to do it.
Oh, Lord.
Get ahead in life. You write your own test.
Man, you can't. Fine. I guess you get a pet. No.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud of myself, so.
I'm not. I can't believe that. Ugh. All right. Well, that is going to wrap it up. We wrapped it up on the note of Dan not doing his Rhea Ripley homework.
Or did he? That's a better question. Leave it up to the viewers to decide that.
Or what?
Or did he? I mean.
You said you did.
No, but I mean, it sounds like I might. But the assignment I gave myself was to make sure that I understood why you appreciate her and why other people do. Done.
But you don't
Anyways,
even.
Go on. Close it out. Close it out for us.
Not you. Oh no! Now you gonna
No,
send
maybe
me.
this is my show. I can't
No,
remember.
no, see, no, that's
Tasty Talks. I'll see you tomorrow on my morning show.
nah. Well, okay, we'll close it out with this, Dan. What do you tell the people where they can find you? What projects do you have going on? Um,
Yeah. So DappaDan Dev on YouTube and on X. That's the best place to find me. Videos, like I said, that's primarily what I do. So you'll find my videos on both those platforms. So whichever one you prefer. I try to mix it up, though. You know, if the YouTube audience is quite different to the X audience.
sure.
But yeah, that's where you find me if you like to find interest. If you like technology, and you like to laugh, I try to do both those things. So there you go.
Yeah, you definitely will laugh. You definitely will laugh. You will enjoy the content. Trust me. Like I said,
Awesome.
it's still one of my fave, despite not completing the Rhea homework.
I mean,
But still,
next week you have another guest. They're gonna be your top 5 anyway. So can't
we'll
win.
just switch you out with another one. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in all seriousness, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much, Dan, for taking the time to be here
Thanks for having me.
on Tasty Talks. I really appreciate it. Everything, all jokes aside, really appreciate it. Yeah, you are, for me, your content creator goals. So,
Oh, thanks.
yeah. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. You can also continue to follow me on X at Evelyn Mimi J. Everywhere is pretty much Evelyn Mimi J, except for TikTok. That's Hey Mimi J. Yeah, Tasty Talks. This has been Tasty Talks Live. I do have a Tasty Tidbits episode, which is a shorter version. Usually just me, just kind of like thoughts. Hopefully it resonates and you can take something from it. I guess kind of like an audio journal type thing, Tasty Tidbits. But I just dropped that yesterday. It's available now on Apple, Spotify, and I believe Good Pods and iHeartRadio. And then you can also listen on YouTube. And then I will also be live for the Mimi Morning Show tomorrow, per usual. And everyone, thank you so much for watching. Again, shout out to the Culture Clash Network family. And thank you for watching Tasty Talks. Bye.
Bye.